Good day, everyone. Here again for another trade recap. This time I'm doing it on a demo account. I wanted to show you guys what's possible with a bigger size account using 5 to 10 contracts. So let me quickly talk you through the setup. If we look at the 4 hour, I do believe that we need to come and possibly go back into this level again and clear that high. Now we've gone in there and we've held, but I don't think we are done. I think we're going to come into, like we are doing now, into this particular wick over here. We're going to pull up one more time and then come down for the day. Okay. So how do we do that? We look at our 1 hour and we see that we've traded into that area. We've come down. We're now into that last candle to the downside, right? And then we go to our 15 minute. We see that our 15 minute has broken down. So our 15 minute is poised to go up, while our 1 hour is poised to go up as well. That's a signature, right? We've also now come and cleared out this low. So we can go to our 1 minute. And now we're waiting for a break up. I'll show you. Waiting for a break up over here. Ideally, once we get that break up, we can then look to execute on this trade. So I'll come back once we've broken up. Okay, you're in for a treat. I'm going to show you two types of entries. So let me take my first entry over here. I'm going to go ahead and buy 5 contracts.
Order filled.
Stop below this low. And we're going to target these highs over there. Then I'm going to tell you before and what I'm going to do. When price comes into these levels over here, let me just check the lower time frame quickly. I know I'm already on a 1 minute. You're probably wondering what lower time frame. I'm going to see if we can get in on this on a 15-second as well, if it's available. I'm not promising. If it's available. So let me track price real quick. Okay, we've gone up, we've come down, we grabbed liquidity, we've gone up, we made some displacement, we have left a gap over there. We want to see price trade into that gap, right? And then after trading into that gap, we want to see price grab some liquidity on a lower time frame and then break up again. When that happens, I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you. I'm going to take an additional 5 contracts if it happens, and we're going to trade up from there as a second trade to get all the way there. Now, of course, price will average out. That's okay, but we're just showing how we'll take another setup based on the actual rule set. So let's go to our 15-second real quick. We see price trading back into this 1 minute. Let me just get that gap perfectly. Okay. Now we want to see how the 15-second is developing. Tapped in on our 15-second. Pushing down, that's fine. We'll come back once we have more structure, then I'll come back. Okay, we're starting to get new structure over here. 15-second we came in, we broke up. I'd like to see us come below this low now, even possibly this low. So just to recap, let me show you the 1 minute again. That's the 1 minute. We can look at the 15-second below one of these lows over here. Wait till we get below these lows. I'm going to show you precision trading concepts, right? Let's see until we get below one of these lows. Now, if you're finding value and you're seeing this on YouTube or you've seen this on one of our social platforms, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll do more of these and I'll go in depth as to why I'm doing what I'm doing as well. So let me put that there. And let's see. You're about to witness the magic of trading. And what we do. Okay, so we're going below that level. That's great. That's great. So what am I going to do? That's even better. Come. That's great. So we're still in our 5 contracts, right? So what am I going to do now? I'm going to go down to the 5 second. I'm going to wait for price to give me the signal. We'll take another buy with another 5 contracts. And then we're going to let both those things shoot to the moon. So let's see. I'll tell you when we'll do that. Now, because we are on the 5 second, I'm going to have to give it slightly bigger stop to allow for actual price movement. But I'll tell you what I'm doing once I get there. So we're waiting for more structure, for price to build more structure. I'd like to see it go down again. There we go. Now, come up. You go further down, doesn't matter. This is our original stop over here on the bigger trade, the higher time frame. Right? I'm going to show you what happens once we get up above a high. And then we'll execute an additional 5 contracts, which will change our average as to where we are in. But for me, what is important is more so for you guys to see how this gets done. I'm going to pause over here just to make the video shorter. When I come back and I have structure, I will come back. I will actually play it again, right? So this is live price action. Of course, you can go to your chart and see that this is an actual live trade. That's good, but I want to see it go above that. Okay, so we've got another push down. So now we're wanting to see it go above this high. Unless it goes down again, then we'll wait for the next high. But let's see. If it goes above that, I'm going to add more contracts. Okay, there we go. 5 more contracts added. Right, 5 more contracts added. Stop still below that low. In actual fact, I can show you now, since I have averaged in at a different spot based on new information and our structure has produced, I can go ahead and bring that stop up to that low, which on the 1 minute will be this low, right? But I should not come back there at all. We can go ahead and stop that and swipe that out again, because we can make an additional on the 5 second. We could possibly make an additional sweep below this low and then break up. That's why we give a little bit more room on the 5 second. However, I'd like to see us push above this high and then hold it and then shoot, and that will give us momentum to the top side, right? Let's see. So where's my drawing tools? Wait, not that one. Okay, so we get above this high and we strongly reject off it higher. We should then be safe, and I'm going to show you even more magic, as they say. Let's see. That's a nice move above it. Okay, that's awesome. That's looking good, but I want to see it tap in and then expand higher with some gaps as well. That's lovely. Let's do one more push back in and expansion, leave some gaps. And okay, that's great. So at this point, because of the momentum behind that, I can bring my stop. Oops, still on the drawing tool. I can bring my stop up below that low. We should not reject that low again. And let's look at the risk reward on this trade based on how we followed along with the actual structure right now. Let's go back to the 15 minute to see where our targets are. Okay, so our targets are over here. We're looking to make $2,780 for a risk of $770. We can check that on the 1 minute again, how that looks. This over here now should be a protected low. We should not see price come lower than that low. We should see price go above this high, reject that high quite strongly with momentum, and then we'll be well on our way to go over there. I will likely take profits off over here, and then the last bit of take profits will be taken off. The runner will be taken off at that level, 2,770. So that's 10 contracts. I wanted to show you the management of it, how we went down. We literally entered firstly off of a 1 minute, and then the second trade got entered off of a 15-second formation and a 5-second formation, right? Because that's what we got in on the actual 5 second over here, right? boom, and we averaged up. So we want to see price. We can see price sweep below this lows over here and then push up again. That's totally fine based on structure now. But really what we want to see is, when we really get the momentum, is we want to see price, not the 15 minutes, sorry, the 1 minute. We want to see price get above this high over here and then reject it, right, strongly. If we start leaving gaps there, it's gonna be easy move up to the top. Okay, so look at that once it does it. Okay, I'll come back when there's more info. Let's go. This is what I'm talking about. I was just having some breakfast, or rather making some breakfast, and have a look at this. That was our protected low. We traded inside of here. I'll show you the 15-second again, so do you remember? That's where we broke up, right? Now, rightfully so, we came back quite a bit here. However, remember, that's what I said, protected low. We will not go below that. And you have to allow for that. Sometimes price action will chop around for a bit and then go there. And that's why sometimes being on a higher time frame is better and more clear. So if we look back at the 1 minute, over here, I'll take you through it again. Let me take off some of these things so it's more clear. Okay, I'll take off that and take off that. Okay, so we look back at the 1 minute. This is what happened. We broke above this high. That's my SPR pattern over there. So we go in there. Some of you know that as a different name, but that's how I look at it with a specific set of rules. Then also inside of there, we have this gap. Right, should be this, and then of course we have this low where your stop would have been if you started out on that trade on the 1 minute. Okay, so you would take a entry there, stop there. That will be your 1 minute trade. I'm gonna put that on. I'm gonna leave that on so we can see it a little later. Right, that will be your 1 minute trade to that level. But then I showed you as well what happens when we manage it from a actual 15-second, which is inside of here. And on the 15-second, this would be your trade. Let me show you. Price breaks above that high over here. I'm going to draw this back for clarity. Right, we know that that's in relation to the 1 minute. For the 15-second, we break up over here. Okay, and once we break up over there, your actual trade, and I'm going to show you the differences. Your actual trade would be in here with a stop below that low, and you're going to have the same target. Right, your target over here would be that same high over there. So the one trade is a 3R, the other one is a 7R risk to reward. Now, of course, we don't have to go all the way there. We can take our first trade profits over here, and then second batch over there, we leave it as a runner. Now, what happens from this point onwards? Let's look at the management as a whole. This is precision trading concepts. If you want to learn how to trade like this, then try and get in touch with us, Kingdom Day Traders. We know what we're doing. Okay. So we got the time frames. We want to see which time frame, the highest time frame, has been broken and closed above. So that candle's still in formation. So we can go to the 5 minute. And now we see this level, okay? Which means we want to see this low over here be protected, okay? That low we shouldn't go below. And since those two lows are stacked together, we'll leave the stop where they are. They're quite close to each other, right? But that's where we are. And now what do we want to see? What will be good for our actual analysis? We want to see a level like this. And there's a reason I'm pulling it through like that. We want to see a level like that hold. How do we want to see it hold? We want to see this happen. Okay. So I'm telling you before, and we've got about 1 minute left on that candle. We want to see that candle leave a gap open here, then trade back in, then expand to the upside after that. Okay. I'll come back. Okay, real quick. So I just got back, and this is what I'm seeing so far. So we retraced quite far back, came really close to the actual stop. Now, remember, I had this area on as a potential area to go into and then go up, but that was off of the 5 minute. So let's have a look at the 5 minute. That was with the expectation that we go into this level, stop below this level, this 3 candle swing over here, and then price goes up. Now of course price is a lot weaker, but this is why we don't move our stop too early, because as you can see, we came back all the way, but we did not take out that low. Now if this trade is still correct, then this low must not go, because this is a protected low. When will we be able to go to break even? We will be able to go to break even once we clear this high. Then we can go to break even, provided there's a gap in the leg. And then we can either, if we wanted to be more safe, we can keep our stop below this low here, right? Not more safe, rather more risky. We put our stop below this low once we break that high. But if we wanted to be conservative, once we break that high and close above it strongly, and here's a gap on this side of the leg, combined with the gap on this side of the leg, we should be able to move our stop to break even right about there. We'll come back and we'll have a look at that. Target's still in play, it's still there. Are we still confident in this trade? Yes, but we want to see this level that is now inverted break as well. We want to see price push through that. Now why does price go this far back and then still continue up? Well, it just means it's a higher time frame playing out, right? So let's look at this 15 minute, and on the 15 minute we can see the break was there. We left with a gap over here and a gap over there, and price is just trading back into that gap and the last candle to the downside. If we trail our stop with logical points like we did over here, price should not go to it. If price does go to it, it means that our view of this particular trade was incorrect. For now, everything is still intact, and we will come back as soon as we got more information. Well, surprise, surprise, we're back in business. $800 in profit, and we are waiting to take this 5 minute, as I previously told you, this 5 minute high over there. Once we close above that, we will move our stop to this low, or even that low, right? But mostly this low. Now it seems like it's not a big difference, but it's extra $100 off, right? Even more than $100, around about $180 off that you do not need to lose. So that's something we're going to do as well. Once that happens, let me put it back where it was. So as you can see, following structure to a T, the initial break evens that we had on, or the initial stop areas that we had on, has not been violated. Look how close it gets, right? And this is why you have to understand what structure is doing. Look how close it gets right there and still doesn't do it, right? It's a protected low. Protected low. We should see price now climb above this and then climb above that. And once we get above this, it should be smooth sailing to all of these, especially these over here. And then that will be our stretch target. So let's pull across our first take profit area over there. This is our break even. So let me put it on break even PE area, right? That's where we're gonna go break even. And I'm actually gonna say sorry, no, wait, break even on the 5 minute, right? Break even on the 5 minute. We're gonna go to break even once the 5 minute closes over there. Then first, hey, what's happening with my keyboard? First TP here, and we'll take off 5 contracts, right? When we get there, let's push that over to the side, right? Take off 5 contracts when we get there, and yeah, let's see how it goes. We'll be back soon, back in business. Okay, here we go. Just another update, and we have now gone and closed above that level, so I can go ahead and go to break even. And as you can see, this is why we don't go early. Look what would have happened. It came right back down, tapped that area, and then went up. Now, however, we've tapped that area left, I can go to break even. which means there's no risk on this trade. Go ahead there, $30 in profit. That should be okay. Now it's either break even or it's target, right? Either break even or it's target. First target, of course, being here, 5 contracts off there, and the rest of the 5 contracts will take off at the actual overall target. So why is price action so choppy like this? I believe it is because later in the day we're going to get some news. I think this might be news, yeah. Initial job loss claims. And when we get there, the market will be more energetic. So what it's doing right now, it's building liquidity. In fact, I believe that it's building liquidity on the lows. So I believe all of this is going to get taken later. But before we do, we're going to come and likely hit this target, right? Hit this target over here. Let me highlight it for you. Hit this target over here. And once we've hit that target, and let me actually color code it for you as well so you can see it later. In fact, let me do something interesting with this. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and color code that. Okay, and later we're gonna look to what price does at this particular point. Okay, what does price do at this point? And we're gonna look at the open. So around about here is where we're gonna be interested in what it does over there. So my expectation is that price is going to go up till there and then go all the way down after that, right? So I'm going to leave that on, and I believe that we're going to target this liquidity over here. I'll take off these extra stuff that we have now. Also bring back this that I drew out on the 4 hour earlier just to clarify it and see things a bit better. But that's where we're going. So we break even. Price should now hold in this level here and then go up. Otherwise we hit break even, and later we'll try and sell from the top there, but I don't think we're going to hit break even. Now I could be really safe and put price action just below that low, and we risk a small 105, but I should be even safe. I should still be safe over here, right? So I'm going to leave it over there. Okay, we'll come back soon and see how this gets managed. Okay, this is so funny. I was literally setting up to come back to show you guys how we're going to take profit at this particular point, but the market just opened up and shot right through all the take profits as expected. Now we don't yet have that pullback, so I'm going to take that off. We'll have to wait until price stops with the news. However, let's look. First TP, I didn't get a chance to even partially, shot right through, took out all my TPs. Let me show you the actual execution, so I can go ahead and turn on. Let me zoom in so you can see them more clearly. Go to preferences, show chart executions, and of course now you can see this is where we took out 2 contracts over here. See that 2 arrows, and right there is where we exited, right? And we exit all of them. And if you want to check here at the bottom, there's your final totals. That is $1,510 and $1,270. That's just how the futures contracts close. And there is your P&L, right? $2,772 made in one session, and you saw all of the management right here. Now if you want to learn how to do this, you should be, if you're receiving this via email, you should be emailing us back saying teach me how to trade. If you're doing this on YouTube, you should be signing up on the link at the bottom so that you can get into one of our free masterclasses. If you are one of our students and you are not yet the Royal Membership or High Level Coaching, you should be jumping on High Level Coaching because I'm taking this next level. And if you are one of our students, you should have learned quite a bit by watching this actual breakdown. Thank you, everybody. You guys be blessed on purpose. That is what I wanted to show today. Another epic session in trading. Step-by-step management. Stick to the system, stick to the keys, and see how it all plays out. God bless.